First off, my name is Jennifer Jones, and I am the Director of Communications for the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And I would like to welcome you to the press conference this morning for the 2014 Toyota SWAC Football Championship game. We're very excited to be back in Houston this year. I'm very excited for the game. I've had a chance to see both of these teams play, but I'm really glad to see them play against each other. The history of this game is tremendous. As seen last night when we had our Hall of Fame reception, the amount of talent that comes out of this league, the amount of character that comes out of this league is something that the world needs to see. So we're very excited to also have this game broadcast on ESPNU. Today we have with us, also to speak, is Ms. Janice Burke. She's the CEO of Houston Sports Authority. And I would just like to Janice Burke right now. Let's get going.
Well, I have a real hard job here today. I have to welcome everybody, and you know, it's not a hard thing to do, honestly, in our city. We are a vibrant, diverse city. We have a long history with SWAC. Our organization helped to build the facilities that you see, all the professional stadiums in Houston, and we like to show them off. And so we are going to bring a big crowd. Hope you're ready. We're going to give these student athletes a memory of a lifetime, and we are just really, really thrilled with the relationship we have with SWAC. Of course, we have some SWAC schools right here in our own area, and we just really enjoy working with all the student athletes, and we are going to kick it off. Am I supposed to invite Nina? Do you want to come up and talk about the stadium? Okay. Great time.
My name is Nina Jackson. I am Director of Marketing and Public Relations here at Reliant Park, and I'm here to say how excited we are to host this game on behalf of the staff here at NRG Park, as well as the Harris County Sports and Convention Corporation. And oddly enough, the Executive Director of the Harris County Sports and Convention Corporation, Kevin Hoffman, is a proud alumni of Prairie View A&M University, part of SWAC. Our event manager, Daryl Simon, is walking around here somewhere, and he's a proud product of Texas Southern University. So we're very familiar with the SWAC. Again, we're very excited to host this game for a second time. We know it's going to be a great matchup. And of course, the question is always, is the better battle on the gridiron, or is it at halftime? If you don't have your tickets, please get them. They're going fast. Woohoo, let's go. Are you ready for some football? Yes, we are.
Thank you, Nina. Nina's the Director of PR and Marketing here at NRG Park. And I will always love Nina's energy, even at 10 o'clock in the morning. At this time, I would love to introduce Mr. Jim Cullen, who is the Vice President, Toyota Vice President for African American Business Strategy in North America. So could you come up, please?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, we got to wake things up around here. We got some exciting football coming tomorrow. The Toyota SWAC Football Championship. Now, doesn't that have a nice ring to it?
Yes, it does.
Would you agree? All right. So we're excited. We've got two great schools. We are in a fantastic facility, Houston. And you guys know how to do it here. This is an outstanding facility. I think both of the schools are going to have a great time. We're going to fill this place up and give our young student athletes the experience of a lifetime. And we're very pleased to be the title sponsor to help make that happen. So we're excited about it. I had the opportunity to attend the Hall of Fame reception last night. I do see one of the recipients in the office, in our audience this morning. I got to give him a round of applause, because that was just a great event last night. I know we're all excited about this, but I do have to think, there's some people I think that we really got to thank and recognize it, and that's the leaders of these institutions, the men and women, the presidents of these universities, along with their commissioner, Dewar Sharp, who is here this morning, the people that had the vision to bring the SWAC championship to here in Houston. It's championship weekend all across the country. But this is going to be one of the key games as well. It should have a lot of attention. We've got great student athletes. We're in a great facility. We're in a great city. There's a lot of things we think are probably going to happen that will be great on the field as well. And that will be recognized nationally by the broadcast on ESPN. So it's going to be an exciting weekend. Everybody, I think you probably ought to get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a good time. We're glad to sponsor this trip.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. So at this time, we are going to switch the focus. Like my favorite part of the game. I'm going to talk first with the visiting coaches. Here today is head coach Jay Hobson. His team successfully defeated Alabama A&M to secure their spot a couple weeks ago, so they've been kind of sitting pretty, just waiting to see who they were playing. Coach, would you like to make a few statements at this time?
Well, it's certainly a privilege and an honor to be here. It's what both teams have worked hard for since last season, the off season, and through summer, and truly an honor for us to represent Alcorn State University, and just glad to be here.
At this time, we will open up for questions directly at Alcorn State. Up with Coach Hobson is junior John Gibbs, who's a quarterback, and senior Deion Robertson, who's a defensive end. So we have any questions for those gentlemen at this time?
John, can you talk about what it's like to come back home?
One second, you get your microphone. Get your microphone so they can hear you. And if you could actually announce yourself, if you're going to ask a question, announce yourself, your organization that you're representing today.
Hi, John. I'm Kim Davis, host of Chalk Talk. And I want you to talk about what it's like to come back home and play this game in front of a home crowd.
It means a lot to me knowing that I have my family, that's been supporting me since day one since I started playing football. My whole family, neighborhood friends, family supporting me. It just means a lot to come home and have all that support behind my back.
Now, Coach, this is your first time here at the dance. Alcorn State is making its first appearance since the SWAC championship began, and the SWAC championship game began in 1999. What does that mean for you and your program?
Well, it's something that we've strived to do. We want to try to build a program that competes for championships every year, and we're certainly proud of this football team to be the first one to actually compete for one. So that's our goal every year. So just really proud of these guys and these coaches.
Fantastic. Now, Kim stole my question to John. But Dia, what does it mean to you to be a senior and finally get here? How big is this game to you?
It's huge for me just because I'm a senior and I've been here in the Alcorn program before Coach Hobson, had been through a lot, and just being able to look forward to playing on the big stage, but treating it like it's just a regular game. So it means a lot to me.
Now, all the players and coaches are going to be available post for individual interviews, so stick around if you would like to interview them individually. Now we will focus on the home team, Southern University, this is not their first rodeo. Coach Dawson Otis, would you like to make a statement?
First of all, let me say welcome to all of you. I bring greetings from the bluffs of the Mississippi River, Southern University. It's great and an honor to be here. It's a privilege. We had an opportunity to be here last year, and everybody knows the difficult time we had at the beginning of our season. But it's amazing when you stay the course. We have a process in the way we do things, and I'm happy for this senior class. I'm happy for this program. Winning breeds confidence. It's hard to do this day in and day out and reach that final destination. We've been blessed, we've been fortunate, and I'm excited to be here again. Thank you all for being here.
Now on stage today with Coach Odoms is senior Zach Brown, who's an offensive lineman, and redshirt senior Brian McCain, who is a linebacker. I'd like to open it up for questions directly at Southern.
Coach, and either of the players can answer. Can you talk about what the big difference is? You talked about having a rough start. What was the turning point for you guys to kind of get things back on track?
Well, just stand the course. And I really think it's about mindset. I mean, unless you don't face adversity, it's kind of hard to tell someone else how to overcome it. And I think we've been through a lot, but it brings you closer together. You know, a family that stays together, usually one that prays together stays together. So in difficult times, it brought us closer together. You know, if we wanted to reach this destination, we had to talk to these guys, and these guys had to talk to us, and we had to put some new goals in front of us, move some guys around. Brian McCain started for us at fullback. You know, 4th, 5th game of the season, we moved him to linebacker. And he's had a tremendous year playing linebacker. It's all about everybody recognizing what we can do to make the team better, and everybody getting on the same page and moving that team forward.
I'm saying Brian, redshirt senior. So absolute last dance. You guys have a chance to go back to back, both of you and Brown, back to back. How does that feel for you to have that opportunity?
It's very exciting, just knowing that big opportunity to play this game twice. We just looking forward to play a very good Alcorn State University team.
Zach?
It feels great to be here again. It's a very exciting atmosphere. As Brian said, we're excited to be playing a very good team that's proven that they deserve to be here, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Then a few words I'd like to. So as I said before, in the back of the room, both head coaches and the players will be available for individual interviews if you'd like to have one. At this time, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I want to take a second to acknowledge last night we had the Hall of Fame reception, and it was a fantastic time. I wish I really got the name of that jazz band because I will go look for that CD. They were absolutely amazing. So if you could, when I call your name and you're here, please stand so we can recognize the Hall of Famers or those representing them at this time. So for Mr. Ernie Ladd, Reginald Ladd, Mr. Roscoe Nance, Mr. Ray Stevens, and Mr. Gina Wells Houston. And these folks are also available for interviews if you would like to interview them as well. It'll be in the back here, immediately following the press conference. So in closing, I just want to say thank you everyone for coming out today. I can't express how excited I am. I'm a huge football fan. I've seen, like I said, I've seen both these teams play, and I know I've seen them step up. Just last week in the Bayou Classic, and I saw Coach Hobson's team step up as well in a couple of tough games this season. So I'm very excited to see the caliber of play that's going to be on that field tomorrow. Like Leah said, if you haven't already bought your ticket, get it. Get it, get it, get it. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to just watch on TV. You want to hear the bands live. You want to see those teams live. I promise you that. So if anybody has any questions for the gentlemen on the stage, they will be available in the back. Thank you very much for coming. Have a good afternoon.